Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to show you how I got this look. Obviously it's a nice look to do for Thanksgiving or any holiday. I didn't have many red shades, but I kind of just like mixed different colors to kind of create that burgundy look. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please don't forget to thumbs up the video and to subscribe to my channel. Hope you guys all have a great holiday and I'll see you next time. Bye! I actually have a little bit of coconut oil on. Sometimes I like to put just a tiny bit all over my face. It doesn't really make it oily or anything. It just kind of hydrates my skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and prime my face for the makeup. So I'm going to use the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. And this is just a sample size, but I still have a lot left. And I really like it. I'm just going to put it on some parts of my face. Next, I'm going to use my Becca Liquid Highlight in Moonstone. I'm just going to put it on the parts that I will highlight with powder. I think I saw a video Kim Kardashian did about how she like does her makeup and she puts primer on and then she puts like a liquid highlight. So I'm just going to try that out. For foundation, I'm going to use a Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. This, I believe, is under $5. They don't really have much of like a wide shade selection, but I usually just mix it with my Wet n Wild foundation, and I think that gives me like a perfect match. And I've been really liking this foundation. I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna mix some of my Loreal foundation, and I use the shade 362C, so soft ivory, and I think that's like the lightest warm shade they have. And to apply it, I'm going to use a damp sponge. Ooh, it's so bright. I usually like to start off with around my cheeks on the outer parts of my face because that's where I usually have discoloration. And don't forget to blend it into your neck so that way it doesn't look sloppy. So as you can see, that's with one layer. I'll zoom in a little bit. So it did a pretty good job at softening my skin, but I have some more dark spots that I'd like to cover up. So I'm just gonna do a second layer of foundation off camera. Now to highlight my face with concealer, I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm gonna mix a little bit of my just my LA Girl Pro Conceal. And the only reason why I use like another concealer with the Shape Tape is because this is a little drying and it gets kind of cakey because I like the really pale colors, so I want to kind of just balance out my tone. And this definitely goes a long way, so I usually don't even like to put too much. I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out using my sponge. So usually to blend out my concealer and foundation together, I just use my sponge and kind of just like dab away. And I usually like to use the part of the sponge that I put some foundation on. So when I usually bake, it's kind of the same step I always do. Every single time I do my makeup, I just use a cotton puff and some translucent powder. This time I'm using a compact instead of the loose powder, and I really like this one. It's by NYX. So you really want to kind of just press it in so it stays locked and your oil can't really seep through. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeshadow, and I don't want to do a pumpkin look for this video, like an orangey look. I want to kind of go more of a red and burgundy type of look, so like a cranberry eyeshadow look. And for that, I'm gonna use my Morphe 35N palette. This is just filled with a bunch of neutral shades, so that's what it looks like. And usually when I don't have red shades, I'll look online like a color wheel and I'll just kind of mix shades together to get the perfect look. And I know red is made by yellow and purple. So from this palette, I'm gonna be using like kind of the orangey shades, or like these. And then I'm gonna mix it with like a deep purple. I kind of like swatched on my hand and I think it came out really pretty. So I'll show you when I do that. So I like to start off with my transition shade. I'm gonna use this red color, and using a fluffy brush, I'm just gonna kind of blend that in. For the next shade, I'm going to use that same color, and then I'm gonna put some of this dark purple in with it. I'm gonna just use like a more precise fluffy brush. I'm gonna take some of that red, apply it right here in the outer V, and put a little more. Then I'm gonna take that purple and just put it there and blend it. So I'm done going to go in with this color and put some of this pink, and hopefully that's going to make it a little more red. And I'm going to add some of the pink. Oh my gosh, that looks like a Valentine's Day look. I'm gonna add some purple now. Hopefully that will make it a little more red. I'm gonna add the shade. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to blend out the harsh lines using that first brush I used. Honestly, that's why I like the Morphe palettes, because there's so many shades you can mix. So the brush I used to blend all those shades out came out to a really pretty burgundy maroon color, so I'm gonna just use it to blend out the bottom lash line. On the center lid, I'm going to add Creme Brulee from the Chocolate Bar palette. I'm just using a flat brush for that. Since I have like a small crease for my eyes, I'm just going to kind of extend the shadow application to a little bit above the crease. I'm going to pat that on. To deepen out the outer parts of my V, I'm going to use this red color that I've been using excessively. I'm gonna mix it a little bit with this dark red. The parts that get a little messy, I'll just kind of go with my finger and rub it away. And then you can always get your blending brush and kind of reapply that. So I just mix those two shades on this little brush. after I applied the darker shades, I'm going to use this brush with the leftover product and blend it a little bit. Then I'm going to take my blending brush and kind of just blend the overall eyeshadow very lightly. So for my eyeliner, I'm using my Wet n Wild felt tip eyeliner, and honestly this works so well, and I've used the Kat Von D for years, and this one was only I think like $3, but it works really nice. I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara and then my lashes, and I'll come back to do my brows and everything else. So for my brows, I'm going to use the NYX pomade. I usually use the Anastasia Dip Brow, but this one was so much cheaper, so I'm going to use that to fill in the brows today. I'm just going to go ahead and clean up the to set my brow bones. I'm going to use Champagne Truffle. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that. So I always contour the exact same way in all my videos. I'm just using my travel size Too Faced Chocolate Soleil in medium deep tan, and I use my Shade and Light palette. That's all I use. So to warm up my face, I'm going to use this shade and this shade together with a fluffy brush. I'm just going to take the lighter one and then the tanner one and just kind of... You don't want to go below here because then it starts to look a little sloppy. So I kind of just focus right up here. You can see how much of a difference it really makes. So to deepen up the contour a little more, I'm going to add this dark shade, and I'm going to really blend it into the hollows, and I'm not going to put too much, just a very little bit. And I'm using this contour brush. It's going to take some on the sides. Right here. You can see it looks really messy. What I like to do is use the orange color with my finger, and I'll kind of just like lightly put some there. It kind of just tones down the contour. So with a little bit of that dark shade, I'm going to put some in the hairline. So to blend out the contour, I just like to use a stippling brush, and I kind of just work it into my skin. And I didn't add any extra product. This is from the last time I blended in my contour. So to clean up this little mess, I'm going to use this brush. It's just a flat tapered brush and the light shade. I'm just going to put it right here. Basically just cleaning up the line. To contour my nose, I'm going to use my Too Faced bronzer. And I think this is a perfect shade to contour my nose. So I kind of just draw a line and just rub it in. For blush, I'm using my Tarte Amazonian Clay and Tarte. So like I said, I'm going to use that Champagne Truffle Pink color for my highlight. So for the lips, I actually mixed around a bunch of my lipstick shades. I wanted kind of a shimmery deep red, and what I came up was the Tarte Lipsurgence lip tint. I think it's Lancôme Pink to the Club Shimmer. So it's like this nice shimmery pink color, and the Lipsurgence just looks like this. It looks like it's really intense, but honestly, it goes on. And the reason for using these two is because when you're at a holiday party, you're eating so much that your lipstick probably comes off most of the time. And the Lipsurgence is a lip tint, so that's going to give you a nice color even after you like take it off. And the shimmery shade, it leaves like a nice glittery look to your lips. I actually tried the colors on before and then I wiped it off, and you can still see it's a little shimmery. So what I'm going to do is take some of this and apply it. The only thing is, since this is a lip tint, it's really messy. So you can just use a lip liner or your fingers. Okay, now I'm going to take the shimmery shade. So that is my completed makeup look for the holidays. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my video, and I will list all the products down in the description box. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.